Hello everyone, so welcome to the next square in the 50 stitches crochet along, and this week we're going for filet. So filet is a technique where we leave holes to make a pattern. There's actually two different versions. You either leave holes to make the patterns, or you make a grid and then fill in the holes to make the patterns. So leaving holes we usually use with nice thick yarn like this. But if you're using cotton thread, you tend to make a grid and then fill in the squares to make the pattern. So I've just gone for something nice and simple, but you can get some very intricate designs for this. And all we're going to do is double crochet, and in the parts we need to leave holes, it's a chain one, skip stitch, and then just carry on with double crochet. So it's a really easy technique. You've just got to keep count. So filet patterns are usually made, you usually read them as in graphs. So this is the one I've made for this square, and this will be available in the written pattern, which the link is in the description. And yeah, what you have to remember is you're going to turn. So go row 1, you turn, row 2, then this way. So you need to remember which way you read it. I've put the numbers on the side that you're starting your row, so you can keep track easier. And each filled in square is the gap. So you need to keep count, but as long as you keep count, you can keep track, and it's really easy to do. And with a nice simple pattern like this, it's even easier. Okay, so I'll put that to one side. In the written pattern, I've written down row by row what you need to do. So if you don't want to read the chart, you can use the written pattern as well. So we're using a 3.5mm hook, and we're going to start by chaining 32, and we're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook, and that turning chain counts as a stitch as well. So you just double crochet in each chain along, and including that turning chain you will have 30 stitches. So I'll just finish this row. So this is going to be 13 rows in total. Your first and last row are just block double crochet, there's no gaps at all. And in the first stitch in every row will be, first and last, sorry, in every row will be a solid stitch as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn, and I'm making the alternate double crochet turning chain. So if you've not seen me do this before, if you just search turning chain in my YouTube channel, you will see how I do that. And that also counts as your first stitch of the row. Okay, so if I just bring back the graph. So we've just done row 1, which is solid double crochet, and I'm starting on row 2. So each block is a single stitch. So I'm now going to do 6 double crochet, and then I'm going to do a chain 1 and skip the next stitch. Okay, so I'll just push that up there. So the turning chain counts as a stitch, and so I need 6, oh that's 5 more double crochet. 2, so that's 3 stitches in total, 3, 4, 5, and one more is 6. Okay, let's get some more yarn there. Right, so now I need to chain 1 and skip a stitch. When you make your chain 1, keep it loose. You don't want it too tight, otherwise it's going to make your gaps not very square. And then just skip 1 and double crochet again. So it's a really easy method, and you can create some lovely patterns. So you see that? And that's all there is to it. So now I need 8 double crochet in this section. So I've just done the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And again, chain 1, keep it loose, skip, stitch, and next stitch double crochet again. And now I need another 8. Get all yarn. So just in the first of the 8, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1, and skip 1, and then double crochet in every stitch to the end. So every row will always have 30 stitches in total, and you'll always start and end your row with a double crochet. More yarn. And into the top of that turning chain. Into there. Yeah. Okay, so then we turn and then do our turning chain. And stitch marker into the top of there. Go. So row 3, bring the chart back. We've just done row 2 coming this way. Row 3 we're going back this way. So we need 6 double crochet at the start of row 3, and then we skip a stitch. So there's number 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 is going to be into our chain 1. So I'm just going to go under the hole and wrap around it. Oops. And there's our 6. We've got a nice hole there. That's going to come out quite nice. So chain 1, always keep your chain 1 nice and loose, we don't want it too tight. Skip a stitch, then double crochet again. There we go. So that's the start of the diagonal. So I'll bring in my original square. You can see all the stitches above that chain go under the chain, we don't go in, try and get into any stitch, we just go straight into the gap. And it all looks nice and neat once finished. So I'm not going to go through the entire square because we'll be here for quite a while. But if you click on the link in the description for the video, it'll take you to the written pattern where I will put a picture of that grid. It's all written out, but we just want to create these nice diagonal rows. If you're feeling adventurous, you can make your own pattern, and I would love to see what you come up with for that. But what we want is a nice series of holes to create some sort of design. So we've got 13 rows, so for the border you want 3 single crochet in the first and last rows, and 3 single crochet in the sides of row 4 and row 10. All the rest are 2 single crochet down the side. Remember to add the extra stitch for the corners, and that will give you 32 down each edge. Remember, I count that diagonal in the count for both edges on each side. So it's 124 around the edge. And that is all there is to the filet. So if you don't want to mess about with going to the blog, just take a screenshot of this. Oops, and you see all the numbers. And just remember, you start the row where the number is, and remember to keep track of where you're chaining. So I'll just put the numbers of each stitch down the bottom just for reference. But if you follow this chart, you'll get the pattern. So remember, the black squares are spaces, and the unfilled ones are your double crochet. So I hope that all makes sense. As always, if you need any help, come over to the Facebook group. I'm always happy to help. And please show us your finished squares. But I love seeing what you've gotten up to. And I will see you next time for the next video. Bye for now.